you doing, lover? Are you? Oh. Hey, it's Doris with All the Books, and I am here with a video inspired by Adam from Memento Mori. I was watching Memento Mori Goes YA, clickbait, probably a couple months ago, and just had this revelation. Oh my gosh, my formative years were shaped by Dude Bro Lit. It is true. I guess it is fairly obvious that I am part of the before Harry Potter generation, indeed, and YA literature was not a thing back then. So I would say middle grade years, I read a lot of the typical classics that you would expect, you know, Little Women and Heidi and Nancy Drew, Black Stallion, oh my gosh. So yeah, but then I got a little older and wanted, you know, I don't even know that it was not a conscious thing wanting something more, certainly not, but yeah, I just matured in my reading taste, and Dude Bro Lit, this is an Adam term, Dude Bro Lit was where it was back then. So here we go. I'm gonna share some of the Dude Bro Lit that really had an impact on my young life. So when I was 12 years old, 7th grade, my brother-in-law handed me his copy of The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and my reading life was never the same. Tolkien is the man. I love him. I love Gandalf. Gandalf is also the man. This is just amazing piece of literature, and I have the whole box set, and they're all antiquated. I've reread them so many times. Apparently the last time was back in 2013. I'm notorious for not using my coupons. And yeah, this is just so many good things. So I will tell you that the Dude Bro Lit that shaped me just speaks to humanity, what it is to be human, all our, you know, aspirations of greatness and our ordinary lives. That's what I love to read about. And, you know, this is the world of men and all of these other creatures, and epic in scale, and very, very much focused on humanity and what we're doing with our world in a fantastic realm, of course. But yeah, thank you, Greg, for introducing me to this world. I love it so much. And then also in the 7th grade, we all had to write research papers, and my research paper was on John Steinbeck. How that happened, I do not know. I just somehow found him in my school library. I went to a junior senior high, so 7th through 12th grade in the same small town, and I just fell in love with Steinbeck at 12 years old. And this was my favorite of his. I read this book over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just a little book about people. And I think the greatness of Steinbeck is his ability to see people. He really sees people. This is a tender and bawdy fable of some gaily disreputable avoiders of work, drunks, fancy ladies, benign bums, and social outcast philosophers. Greatness. And then this book, it just showed up at my house one day. I think my mom had gotten a bag of hand-me-downs from somebody. I mean, that was a thing back in my time. And yeah, this is the original copy that I got. I think it was published in 1962. And yeah, that's tape on there, and it's much abused. And this is another one that I read over and over and over again. This one's very much triumph of the human spirit and societal oppression, and I think I was fascinated by Nurse Ratchet's repressed sexuality. I don't think that I knew that was a thing. This has even got pictures of the movie in it. I didn't know that was a thing back at the time, but I mean, look at that. Yeah. Anyway, this is brilliant. I'm just sorry to say. Brilliant. Dude Bro Lit is brilliant. So yes, I think I actually have a 50th anniversary pretty edition of this that I purchased last year. But, you know, this has to be preserved for posterity. I think I need to make a bookmark from it. Maybe, you know, a journaling page or something. But yeah, I love me some Cuckoo's Nest. I love it so much. And then there is the, do you guys remember, if you're in the States, I guess, Scholastic magazine, you know, where you'd get those little 2-page colorful flyers, and they're just packed with books that you could order. I lived for those. You even still got them in high school back in the day. I don't know that they're still a thing now, but you could get them in high school. And I just was consumed by the classics back then, and I looked for that section in the Scholastic and picked up Lord of the Flies that way. Yeah, I didn't have to read this in school. I don't recall reading it in school, but I definitely picked it up through Scholastic and devoured it, and just fell in love with literary fiction, I suppose. I just really developed from these books a love for finding themes in literature and what the author was trying to say, and he's saying a lot in this one. It was written just post World War II, but is in time set prior to World War II, and just that fight for humanity again. You know, what are we going to become? Who are we as a people? Can we argue with our bad selves and triumph with our good selves? You know, I don't know, but quality literature, I love it. Another one, All Quiet on the Western Front. I don't know how I got my hands on this one. Maybe through another bag that showed up at my house, but fell in love with war stories, and I still love war stories to this day. And this one is like, pairs well with Lord of the Flies again. It's just that trying to maintain your humanity in the face of brutality. This one is told from this perspective of a German soldier in World War I, sorry. And it's so impactful. Like this isn't really an epigraph, it's just an introduction, but this book is to be neither an accusation nor a confession, and least of all an adventure. For death is not an adventure to those who stand face to face with it. It will try simply to tell of a generation of men who, even though they may have escaped shells, were destroyed by the war. Yeah. Great book. This is your original point of view from the man who lived it. And I don't know. I just love these books. Another one from my brother-in-law, Watership Down by Richard Adams. And again, this is told from the perspective of a pack of bunnies, so but yeah, just this one brings a little bit of an environmentalist aspect to it, which is another theme that I gravitated toward and still do. And overcoming obstacles, overcoming fights for your right to survive and live free, and yeah, authoritarianism, utopian societies. Gosh, really great book. And I got a new one. I think I originally read my brother-in-law's copy, so I don't have one of my own, but now I do. And all those books I read, like, I would say at least 3 times each, and more, many of them, many more. And then there's this last one that I read. This one was probably in college, so, which is still, you know, tends to be a YA realm for some. For most, you know, you're just like on the border between what are you interested in, I think. So I would say from 12 to 20 is the range for these books. And this one I found when I was still in college, and I read it just the one time, and it blew me out of the water. I just thought it was the most brilliant thing I'd ever read, and still do, and I'm going to read it again. I'm kind of scared and excited to wonder if I'll get that same, just a real feeling of euphoria from reading this book, because I just thought the literary writing was so amazing. The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner. There just are no words. And I'll leave it there. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed this, and I just thought it was great fun thinking of. So, dude, bro lit. Who knew? Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.